intelligent questions, which I rated as intelligent, I give you these books. So I wanted to, I fact, pretty much it will be the same experience for you on your phone, but I'm showing it in iPad just so that the screen is bigger, you might be able to read a little bit. So this one, you get it only if you are in the, I'm going to be showing voice mode. The application is available for free in your phones, but the voice mode that I'm going to be demoing, that requires the paid version of ChatGPT. If there is one reason you might want to pay to ChatGPT is this, I'll show you that. So first, so what do you want to ask ChatGPT? Paid version that's coming out for you, it's in beta. That's all. So one of the interesting things, okay, I'll do the demo. You should stay for the last part of my demo also of this talk. But let's start with this. தமிழ்நாட்டில் இருக்கும் முக்கியமான திருத்தலங்கள் திருக்கோயில்கள் பட்டியலை கொடுக்கவும். I'm going to be asking in Tamil, let's see what happens. தமிழ்நாட்டில் இருக்கும் முக்கியமான திருக்கோயில்கள் பட்டியல் கொடுக்கவும்.
சரி, உங்களை சுற்றியுள்ள புகழ்பெற்ற திருக்கோவில்களை பார்ப்போமா? காஞ்சிபுரம் ஏகாம்பரநாதர் கோவில், மதுரை மீனாட்சி அம்மன் கோவில், திருவண்ணாமலை அருணாச்சலேஸ்வரர் கோவில், முதல் தஞ்சாவூர் பிரகதீஸ்வரர் கோவில். இந்த கோவில்கள் ஆழமான வரலாறு, சிறப்பான கட்டடக்கலை மற்றும் நீங்கள் ஒரு திருக்கோவில் போய் நினைத்தால் காஞ்சிபுரம் ஏகாம்பரநாதர் கோவிலை சென்று பாருங்கள். திருக்கோவில் போகும்போது மரியாதைக்குரிய மாதிரி உடை அணிய வேண்டும். திருக்கோவில்களுக்கு செல்லும் போது கடனமாக பணம் கொடுக்க வேண்டும் என்ற அவசியம் இல்லை. ஆனால் விருப்பமாக நீங்கள் தரிசனத்தில்
கிடைக்குமா?
காஞ்சிபுரத்தில் உள்ள சில பெரும் திருக்கோவில்களில் அன்னதானம் நடைபெறுகின்றது. காஞ்சிபுரம் ஏகாம்பரநாதர் கோவிலில் பரமழைக்கப்படும் இறைவன் ஏகாம்பரநாதர்.
You basically get the gist. This is the latest feature. I think it came about a couple of weeks back on ChatGPT. Now the voice mode is available for Tamil also. That is something I'm really happy about. For 25 years I've been working on Tamil internet standards. And we have been fighting for this with all the big companies many years. We conducted Tamil internet conference with Semori Manad in COVID 2010 and all that. From that, it's amazing the progress that it has made. So this is a feature you should try using it. For you to write post in, if you are not so comfortable in English, you are able to think very well in Tamil, ask it, get the answers, fine tune, finally ask it to translate. That's a very simple job, but make use of this. This is one feature why you should subscribe to ChatGPT. You want to play around with this, Microsoft version, Copilot has a version of this. I'm not going to be demoing, but you get the idea. It's not as good as ChatGPT, but it will get better. The free version also is available, but currently these things keep changing. So the best is subscribe for ChatGPT, use it. You feel a month you're not using, unsubscribe, subscribe, keep doing that as you want. Because these tools are, for example, Claude is for writing Tamil, Claude.ai is actually better, like I showed. Or the Anthropic AI, which gives you all these models for $10. It's a good option. That's also available, but that doesn't give you this interactive voice. One of the things, if I demoed, you would have noticed I'm interrupting it. That is really a hard computer science problem to solve. They have solved it, so it's able to, where I'm interjecting, it's able to do it. That's how we get answers. And that is, as entrepreneurs, if you are running a shop floor, I would recommend giving this to your staff, freshers. We are all talking about, yesterday there were questions about Gen Alpha, the youngsters coming into workforce and all that. Give it to them, ask them, you keep interrupting them as a customer. See how your staffs are able to. For that, they can practice with this. They themselves can interact, get how ChatGPT is answering. A training session you can do with it, with your own thing. Is it effective now? But it will be a lot more, if you are able to give ChatGPT, they will be a lot more interested in attending the training. Okay, let's move on. I have only demos. Okay, so this is a long session I've done in the morning. I've got all the questions that I got from yesterday and I try to cover as much as possible. Okay, so what I've done in this is, you can't do it, I did it, it's very small. Generate in Tamil a script for shorts video of an organic bakery product. Millet bun with cheese and dried jam, like nowhere else in India, only 2 hours a day, 5 days a week. I'm just given, I'm starting the business. I haven't given those, but a brief thing, I'll construct it, stay with me. So I've given it, it's given me a script. Closer, it was also giving you where the camera angles should be. It's actually very good. If you're doing a reel, you're not having professional photographers, this actually gives you idea. It's not perfect, but it gives you ideas so you can fine tune and keep improving on. Close-up shot of the millet bun. உங்கள் காலை உணவு இப்போதும் ஆரோக்கியமாகவும் சுவையாகவும் இருக்கலாமா? And it goes on generating it. Okay? We have asked for a shorts video, so it's probably a one minute script is what it has given. And then considering it a little larger, you are an expert business investment consultant. The role that I said from yesterday. Can you generate a PDF in 2 pages for a business plan for this project? The project that I told you about. I want to raise money from a local high-net-worth individual who's a senior software professional with money to invest, who will be an ideal partner for investing. He cares local environment and organic healthy eating, and looking at raising 50 lakhs as seed, and plan to give him, I said fixed, but plan to give him 25% of the business equity. So kind of, I've given a business proposal thing, which you may in your trust group discuss about, I got this proposal, how do I want to think. Even before you take it to your trust group, you might want to experiment this with ChatGPT. It's a brilliant, we can do an entire 1 hour, 2 hours on brainstorming and interacting with ChatGPT. It's not going to judge, you can delete this whole thing, nobody is going to look at it. You can throw all the things, ideas you have got, it will make some sense. Again, this you can, the voice mode, you can keep interacting and interrupting and constructing this prompt also in Tamil. You don't want to have any fancy tools, just keep talking, build it. It may not be the first attempt, it may not be there, it's your phone, it's your interaction, keep playing around. Then, now after this, it's generated this entire PDF for me. It's expired, the PDF is expired, I should have saved it. But it's not going to generate a PDF, it's actually very well written business proposal document to start with. It's actually, please. Carry on. எனக்கு உட்கார்ந்துதான் பேசணும். நீங்க திடீர்னு கிட்ட வந்து அடிச்சிட்டீங்களா? Okay, it's involved while it's generating. Assume the PDF is there while it generates, we'll see it for saving of time. What I've done next is, after the PDF, I'm saying, again, I'm just seeding you ideas on the prompts to give. It's not rocket science, I'm not teaching you coding, anything like that. This is every day you are doing in your business. I just want you to give those prompts to ChatGPT. What I'm saying is, what are the top 5 questions that I'm likely to face from this investor? Remember, he's a software professional. From an investment pitch I'm having in mind, give me possible answers and be aggressive. I want to be aggressive with the investor. And it's given me those answers. Why should I invest in your bakery when there are so many business ventures? Our bakery isn't just another organic business. We are creating a category-defining product. And it says 2 hours a day, only 5 days a week. It's an exclusivity. It appreciates that exclusivity, which is what you should pitch for. What are the risks of this failing in a small market like Trichy? It gives you the answers. What guarantees do you have on returns for this investment? Why are you offering 25% equity for just, why not take a loan? How do you plan to sustain and scale this niche business? These are very possible questions any investor, you as an investor will also be asking anybody who comes to you with a business proposal. This also means somebody else proposal you are getting, you can throw to ChatGPT and ask for things. Again, the reason why you should be doing, you might say, I don't trust all this, I have years of experience, all this is nonsense, I don't need it. You're perfectly fine, but your competitors or your other customers are going to use this, so you better be prepared what they are seeing. Okay? It's being closer our doors, world is not going to become dark. We have to be ready for it. And these answers are actually very good. Then it also giving a pro tip for the presentation. How are you going to present also? You can also ask them what dress code you should wear for these guys. Hopefully, I haven't tried it, but it's a software professional. You might say, come in a shorts like Vikram. Don't go in. Or I have a very example. The first time I went to the US was after I became a Microsoft regional director. I was asked to speak in that event. Microsoft paid for everything. This is '99. So first time I'm going to the US. I went around everybody. My friends and family across the US for a month, and I was going to the Microsoft event. I bought 2 suits. Okay, Microsoft event, first time they're going to the US, Seattle, cold, all that. Got 2 suits and all the fancy formal dress, and I went. The same hotel where the event was happening. I got down for breakfast, just had breakfast, went into the hall. Everybody was in their shorts and cut bunions, and they were having their legs on table. It was a cultural shock for me 25 years back. Oh my God, if I'm going to go in a suit, I'll be like a monkey on stage, for sure. And the only thing I had was my nightwear, 2 shorts and probably a pajama. That's what I wore the next 4 days, because everything else in my suitcase was extremely formal. Okay, so that's again a question you can ask ChatGPT. You can even take a photograph. It will be interesting if you can do it, but then you can take a photograph and give it to ChatGPT and say, am I dressed properly? It's going to tell you. It's called computer vision. So imagination is the limit in which you can start using these tools. Again, be prepared. It's not perfect, but like I said, this feature came about a week or 10 days back. The Tamil interactive thing I'm showing. These tools are improving on a daily basis. In the next, once we are done with ChatGPT, I'll show you Google and Meta, Copilot, and we'll wrap up. Then top 5 risks I'm asking, is giving me the risk: low demand, operational inefficiency, pricing, dependency, scalability, etc. Again, if you are 10 years in the business, you know these. But somebody is asking you to put it down, it's extremely useful. Or I'm starting, somebody freshly starting the business, so useful. Again, the answer will vary. You can say, you like Peter Tucker, or you want wisdoms from his style. You can say, I want Peter Tucker style recommendations on how to improve my business. It's going to give you. Okay, how does OpenAI license from Peter Tucker? All that is a different question, but you can. It will be fun to say, can you write this post in the Hindu style, in Times of India style, and the variants you see, it's actually very interesting.
Now this ChatGPT, whatever the paid version,
Yes.
so it covers the entire can be what you said.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm demoing. This $20 thing has some.
How is the ChatGPT or the OpenAI is getting trained by themselves by getting the data from the
That's a big
Okay, they've currently searched the entire internet, public internet, and they have gone through YouTube videos, which Google is fighting. There are cases going on these companies, which data they train. New York Times has filed a suit against ChatGPT. It's a messy word out there, but the point is they've gone through all the publicly available content, which also brings a very interesting question. I'll show it to you. I'll show you.
Someone asked me, tell me about Rajesh Kumar, whatever which I am typing in about my pursuits.
Okay, they are not supposed to be training based on what you are typing, but that guarantee they give you only on the enterprise edition. Not on this $20 edition. They don't guarantee that they don't use your data to retrain that model. They don't say that. They say it only on the enterprise edition.
But if we are using a free version, that possibility
They will. Sometimes something you
put
put
in the net, no, so it's open public domain.
என் மனைவிக்கு காதல் கடிதம் எழுதும் அல்லது என் மனைவிக்கு எதுனா பிரச்சனை இல்லை காதலிக்கு காதலி கடிதம் எழுதுவோம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி உங்க பேரு காதலி பேர்லாம் போட்டு கொடுத்தீங்கன்னா நாளைக்கு நான் காதல் கடிதம் எழுதணும்னு சொல்லும்போது அந்த டேட்டா வரலாம். There is a possibility. But we are talking billions of users. வருமா? Okay. So there is a possibility. Okay. Correct. It searches the internet also, which also means that your company, your blog also should be searchable by OpenAI to pick it up, which means you want on ChatGPT your company's data to come. You should ensure it's available in the Microsoft Bing search, because ChatGPT uses Bing search. It doesn't use Google search. Anthropic uses Google search. But Apple, with their Apple intelligence, is going to use ChatGPT, which is going to use Bing search in the backend. So that is why my blog, the Founder Catalyst, the agency didn't put it in Bing. I asked them to put it on Bing search also, which means you have to write a blog, which I'll show later. That's also the reason why I write a blog. This manual gives my review. This is, if you ask some questions about it, ChatGPT should be able to answer. So this is my blog, mostly about reviews and the topics I've spoken and all that. but this is available in Bing also. So you should ensure your thing is searchable in Bing. All my talks and things out there. There are 4,500 posts over. Rahul was talking about consistency. This is my personal blog. I don't talk about profession. That's on the Founder Catalyst, right? But I've been writing this for almost 21 years. I've got over 2 million views of this 4,500 posts. I started it as a way to de-stress. I would strongly recommend all of you, not from a SEO perspective, not from a business perspective, write whatever area you like to write. Don't bother about anybody reading. I don't care about this. I don't even view the statistics of this site. I write it for my personal pleasure. And it's a way for me to de-stress. I don't need to remember, which all places I went. People ask, I have all the places I've gone to Delhi and everything is saved in my blog. It's very easy to forward it and all that, right? Whatever topic you like. And you might also be doing a kindness to the humanity. ChatGPT or the AI will get trained on it. Maybe 100 years from now, we won't be there, but AI will remember whatever you wrote. The 25 years back, create one on the blog. URL is Venkatarangan.com in my name. Brand is Mango Idiots. MangoIdiots.com also will redirect that. In fact, I had it as Mango Idiots. I registered. I left it for a long time. Venkatarangan is the name I was writing. I think Praveen only said, Mango Idiots is more popular. You should redirect Mango Idiots to that. Anyway, so this is the business proposal. It's generated. It's actually very good. Not be again able to read. It's kind of even giving the financial projections, everything for me. For first time for you to vet your business proposals, it's super useful. If you throw this to an investor, he's going to throw at you back. That's also there, but it's for you to start it. Then you can work. For all of us, the problem is when we haven't done something for the first time,
Takes a long time.
It takes a long time. White page syndrome.
Market opportunity, ChatGPT does it, or
It's not generated by ChatGPT. I didn't do anything. I gave the prompt. This is the prompt I gave. You are an expert. Please generate this PDF. That's all I gave. But I gave what is the uniqueness about the business. I didn't ask ChatGPT what business can I start. I got up today. What do I do? I don't. Like I said, role, context, objective. If you're able to give it clearly, I was giving it that. You're an expert business investment consultant. Can you generate a PDF? I want to raise money from our e-network individual who's a software professional with money to invest. And I earlier said this bakery is going to be available only for 5 hours, 2 hours a day, 5 days a week. All that I've given earlier. Then it's able to give this business proposal. Yes.
Actually, we are already doing these things. My question is, being an entrepreneur, there may be a time people will start asking ChatGPT, which is the best cook interior in our area.
Absolutely. Yes.
So how we also put there so that our things are picked up by the
That is why I said you need to be available on search, Google search, Bing search. So the AI model is
what are
available.
the GMT that may not be valuable for ChatGPT? I mean,
See, there are different AI companies use different search engines, right? Make your content discoverable by the same things Rahul was recommending. This hygiene of digital marketing still works. Only thing now you might also want to do a blog or a website, keep updating your websites. All those things still works. See, and Google is extremely worried because people are coming to ChatGPT and asking questions and not going to Google. Gemini, we'll see that, and you'll be judged whether Gemini works or not. And like I said, this whole model was invented by Google by the paper "Attention is all you need" in 2017. But that's how technology industry works. Okay, we'll go on. I've got questions we got yesterday talking to you. We'll try to cover it. We'll go to Gemini since you asked. I'm in the Google free edition. I'm not in the paid edition of Google, so it's by free Gmail. Let me ask a question. What are the top 5 important emails I should be focusing? This only the titles. This is actually a very risky demo because I'm actually in my live email. Okay, so.
Can you read it?
Sorry?
What are the?
This is Gemini.google.com.
Prioritize.
Okay, so I've asked you to prioritize. Email என்ன இருக்கு No, I'm a little smart. I have 2 accounts. The other account is my bank accounts and everything is there. This is just my Gmail. Okay, so it's actually useful. For this, you'll have to go to gemini.google.com, configure it, give it permission to connect with your Gmail. Only then it will work. This is available for free. It has limitations, but it works. The same thing works with Outlook also in Microsoft.
Sir,
Yes.
there's a multiple emails. Gmail is a great account. There's a multiple emails.
You have to connect, which means you need to have Gemini paid version also.
They are already using Google Workspace.
Workspace is that Gemini is a separate charge. They are investing $1 trillion a year. They have to recover poor companies. They have to make profits. They're extremely poor.
How much is that?
$20 per month.
Enterprise.
Gemini for individual. Enterprise is even more expensive.
No, but individual can't send all emails, no Gmails, no.
Individual, you can only connect to one account. One multiple accounts, then you have to do the enterprise.
எதுக்கு அதெல்லாம்
There is something in this, not something.
Okay, same thing. Let's just go here quickly. This is actually a tricky thing. This is my company email. I'm doing Microsoft Copilot. This is completely paid. It's my Microsoft Copilot workspace corporate account. I'm connecting my thing there, and I'm saying what is it, my emails, top emails I should be focusing on. It's able to give, and it's able to give links to the email. I can also respond here as well. Here, one thing I want to focus is this button, which you don't see anywhere else. Enterprise data protection applied to this chat. This is only on the $20 paid edition on top of the $20 I pay for Microsoft 365. This is $40. But for me, it's free. As a regional director, they at least give me this free. They don't give me any shares. So, but that's how you will get this. It's actually useful. We'll come back to Copilot in a minute, but this enterprise data protection guarantees that anybody sues you for the content or anything you generate. Microsoft will indemnify you for this. Yes.
For designing, since we are in the design company, how I can use it? Because ChatGPT is more of like that. I will use Copilot for something.
Yeah, you can do that.
Then
I will image
for
it.
I think room designing, designing my house. How can I use AI for my design?
Okay. The Microsoft Designer right now only does these images. It doesn't do AutoCAD and stuff like that. But AutoCAD is also coming out with their own AI integration. Photoshop is already got it. Every major application will have, SAP started to have some of this now. So every major application will have AI.
Room design, 3D evaluation.
You'll have to look for a plugin from AutoCAD. I'm not familiar on that space, but I can check it out. So this is the Microsoft Copilot one. We have seen Gemini free. Let's do, many of you are also using on Facebook. At least let's try to get Facebook Meta AI. If you haven't tried Meta AI, try it, it's okay.
WhatsApp you have got, no?
Sorry?
WhatsApp
also has it. The same thing. Why you might want to use it is its image generation is actually interesting more than others. Yeah. I'm not going to run the promo, but see, it's able to, Venkatarangan speaking on space, it's able to generate some really interesting image, and it automatically put the India flag and all that. It is Facebook, it knows everything about me, so they don't reach out.
Is that you?
No. I like to think it's me. Let's leave it there. So I've showed you Google. We have seen Meta. For image generation, try Meta. It's actually good. Corporate, you're on Microsoft. Look at Copilot. We'll be coming back to Copilot again. One more thing I'll have to show you. I'm just going through the questions I noted. Vikram yesterday asked how do I give my own data. I showed my Mango Idiots custom GPT I did. I didn't show how you do it. This is where I do it. This is where I've given the complete prompt on how I want Mango Idiots GPT to be trained and the sample questions. Don't worry about it, it's a long prompt I've written. I'll give you a link to a video which can be your own local files. Where you have already written for 5 feet by 5 feet room, this is the projector, this is the audio equipment. For a flat, this is the audio equipment, write all that and give sample answers also. Sample questions, sample answers. Take all that, upload to this and play around with the prompt. And that you can give it to your users. But of course, this again works only in the paid edition. You can give it to them so that they can practice and ask questions. So that you don't need to be around, they can do it. It's a lot more easier than going through a document. But what it can also do is it can integrate with your emails, it can do so many other things, generate a proposal from it automatically. So the time you invest in preparing this document will be useful later for you. Yes.
Is there any format for the knowledge base? Specific format?
This one, it actually takes PDF and all that. Earlier, it required you to give it in JavaScript, XML and all that. This won't require you.
PDF, documents.
PDF, documents I haven't tried, PDFs at present. Okay, so we are moving on. This is one of my favorite prompts. Let me give you that. I'm going to be asking ChatGPT. This is those of you who are in investment. It's actually a very interesting prompt. I'll give you a gist of this. You're a mutual fund advisor in Chennai. Your customers on their investment portfolio. Today, please write an email to my customer in the US. He's a person of Indian origin, holding an NRI account in his 40s, who has been living in the US for 2 decades. He or she is not familiar with investment and terms in India. So, can you give this recommendation in the equivalent terms of America, which is extremely, you know what stocks he or she should be investing, you want to tell them, but they are going to come and ask, is it like my 401k? Is it my whatever SEC equivalent? Is it my pension fund? You won't know all that. But using this prompt, you can actually translate literally that email and give it a long prompt. I will go and give this to ChatGPT. Ajay, I think I'm going to exit.
Yeah, so you will see your
No, Madurai stay, then I charge to ASCENT. Meenakshi Amman enna irukku so running with Okay, so it's given this recommendation for me, and it's also translated in the American terms. Some of these, if you see, it would have happened, and it's given comparisons to whatever you are recommending funds in India. For them to understand, it's giving kind of the equivalent in the US, which will be so useful for them. Again, read it. You try it twice, it will actually give you better, but please don't blindly copy paste and send it. Like I said, these tools confabulate. They lie without the intention of lying. Okay, so don't make you make a fool of yourself. You just copy paste onto your customer, but it definitely helps you to jumpstart. Your competition again is going to use it. So you might say, why do I want to use it? Your competition is going to use. They are going to give a lot more number of proposals per day. So you might want to use this. Okay, let's try one more prompt and move to Copilot. Okay, in this prompt, I'm actually asking it to compare. There are two funds. I'm asking it to compare between those funds parameters and then writing a summary. Again, I'm not a big fan of teaching you prompts line by line. It's not all of us are smart people. You just have to communicate it. So you just have to have the ideas. A lot of YouTube videos are there. I have given a lot of sessions. You can see my previous talks. A lot of prompts. Don't waste your time on 101 prompts. 101 prompts to download. All that is waste of time. Just like I said, assume you are talking to an assistant. Keep writing it in English. It doesn't care. If you are very doubtful, ask it to correct it and give it to you. Read it whether it has corrected correctly. Sometimes what you have said in a negative, if you say sarcasm, doesn't get it very. Sometimes I say Gangua is superb. And things I'm really meaning it. It fails. So just read what it gives and then give it.
Sometimes, in case you need some data, they say the population of a PDD district.
Correct.
It gives basic data, and then you prompt it further, then it's not available or this or something like that. Then what do? You go for the paid version or?
It's not nothing more about paid or thing. These models are trained a couple of months back. Currently ChatGPT is roughly about April or May is when they were trained. So it doesn't have latest data. So it goes to Bing search and bring it. Sometimes that integration is kind of broken. Or it's not able to because it operates on, like I said, it's speculative, it is statistical. It's not a software like an SAP or a banking where every time you run the same result actually comes. You want it to be creative. There is something we said it as called temperature. How creative, rather, temperature, how how much you want it to hallucinate, how much you don't want to hallucinate. So more it hallucinates, it's more creative. You say don't hallucinate, be extremely strict, then it will give up and say, boss, I can't do anything more. So the way to handle it in those cases, you better point it to the source. This particular internet source is where the right data is there. Or here is the data, then it will come back very obediently. I'm extremely sorry I missed out this data. Sometimes you have to prompt it. Oh, you missed out this. Then it will say, sorry, I'll go pick it up. You missed this, then it will go pick. Which means human intelligence is still needed. We are not out of job, at least for the next 10 years. So it's done this comparison of two funds and then given this chart. Extremely useful. Okay, so the next 10 minutes I want to switch to Copilot and then wrap up. Any questions so far?
Yes, they have two ChatGPT, right? One is free version and
Correct.
another 4.2. Both are separate applications.
They are built on the same technologies, but the free version they might give you a smaller edition of it available based on the load, etc. You give 2 or 3 prompts, then they will say your quota is over for the day. The paid, the quota is larger.
I'm just asking, that's a separate application for that.
Same ChatGPT, you paid, it becomes paid. Here it will say my plan, and you click on it, it will say it's a paid version. That's all.
But in a store, Apple store kind of thing,
It's the same. ChatGPT is the same. Don't download anything else which they claim to do anything like that. One of the things in ChatGPT, let's do a very simple new one. Give me a quick question to ask. Any question? Something very simple.
When is the last flight to Chennai?
Practical question.
from Madurai.
Okay, I'm going to ask, tell me a joke, tell me a light bulb joke. I tell you what is light bulb in a minute. Light bulb joke with Rajnikant. Any of you know what is a light bulb joke? Light bulb joke. Okay, one, it shows I'm a boomer, I'm old. Second, I have started internet way back when it was dial-up and BBC networks and all that, bulletin board service and all that. In that, IRC chat was a very popular thing about light bulb jokes. How many people does it take to change this light bulb? How many carpenters does it take to change a light bulb? So Rajnikant is a favorite one from India. Tell a joke with Rajnikant. How many light bulbs does Rajnikant? How many days does for Rajnikant takes to change a light bulb? No, the light bulb changes itself. When Rajnikant looks at it and all the jokes. So it's giving me an answer, why doesn't Rajnikant need to change the light bulb? Because when he enters the room, the light bulb decides to glow out of respect. Okay, so this is what I wanted to show you. In the paid version, this comes up. It's giving you a long response. I didn't want to do a long response. You can mark it and say reply to that section about. And then say, can you improve this or change? Can you improve this? Now it will only change the question.
So just have to select and say.
Select and that reply will pop up. Like your emoticons, reaction in WhatsApp. It kind of pops up and then it only changes that question. Okay, changing only the text of why doesn't Rajnikant need to change the light bulb again? Why doesn't Rajnikant ever change the light bulb? So it focuses on what area you wanted to focus and revise. You don't need to say line number 2, do this. You can mark it and do, but it's only available in the paid edition. Similarly, again let me take young boy walking in Chennai. Generate an image. Okay, this again, the DALI image generation we would have used in ChatGPT. The paid has this edit model for the image also, which you might want to use. This image, if I double click on this, I double click on the image, it's not very, you won't know if there is a possibility to double click, but if you double click, it gives you this, and now I can mark the area with my pen and say, only this area. I can write the command, change it to bright morning. So it's only going to change that portion of the image. Because when you ask it to change, it will generate a new image all the time. With this, it will only regenerate that portion of the image. This is again a feature that's available in the paid. Yeah, now the change is moved into a bright sunlight. I am now moving to Microsoft Copilot, the paid version. I am going to be showing you Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and we'll wrap up with my last thing. Okay. Most of us we want to put out a job requirement post. You can go to ChatGPT and say, I have a job requirement, post it. Or if you have the Copilot paid edition, in Word itself you can do this. There are two ways to do it. One, you can go to Copilot in Word, but this button lights up only when you are in the paid edition of Copilot. So I've given it to the right hand side, which is the chat window. It's going to give me the answer, but it's only you are interacting with it. It's a chat. So you have to copy paste from here to Word. But there's another way of doing it, is to come here and use this option and say the same prompt. Now see what happens. It's going to generate the Word document automatically for me. See, generating the entire job requirement for me. And you can decide to keep it or you can say change it, make it formal, keep it informal, all that you can do right in Word. So it's going to save you time of going back and forth. Okay. I can also do this. And in this demo, what I've done is I've generated a job requirement for a chef in Maldives and I've generated 4 resumes, dummy resumes. One from Australia with some background I'm given, one from India, one from Malaysia, one from Europe. I have 4 resumes, I have job requirement. It's again generated. It's generated for me, the resume also. What I want to do is go back to Copilot. Okay, and I'm going to say for this job requirement, I've got 4 resumes. Can you do a comparison and rate which one is the best? That is what this prompt I've done. I've got a job requirement, I've got 4 resumes. Now say with this job requirement, these are 4 candidates, who is best? Can you rate them and say why? Okay, and the way to do that, once you put this prompt in Copilot, I have to attach these files. The easiest way is to start typing slash, and start typing. I've got the job requirement. I'm going to be doing resume 1, resume 2, resume 3. Resume 4. And the best part is, it's going to give you why it is rating them that way. So you can save time going through a lot of resumes that you get. And see, it's able to rate yours. Reasons for rejection, because I asked it in the prompt. So it says Rajesh Kumar, evaluate them on the culinary degree, menu creation, German cuisine, etc. etc. Because I asked in the prompt to focus on some of the cuisines. So it's able to resume and say the best match, best reasons for rejection. And then you say, it finally says I'm recommending John Doe is the best match for the job requirement. Here are the reasons. So this is one way you can use Copilot. If you are in the Google Workspace equivalent, Google Gemini or paid, Google Workspace or paid, you can do similar things there also.
You can create PPT presentation, PowerPoint presentation.
I'm going to show you that next. If they don't,
you Copilot the paid version.
I'm a Copilot paid version. Both Microsoft 365 paid, Copilot paid. Automatically it gets it. I'm going to show you Excel, then PowerPoint, and then we will have.
So PowerPoint means you have to only use Copilot.
Correct. So I got Excel. This is a software proposal I written for a company many years back. The employee salary for a year, income I am expecting. I want to evaluate whether this is a good proposal for me to invest on this company. Income, expense, everything in Excel. I'm going to ask it to evaluate it.
Replace the R kind of thing.
Correct. It will supplement. So I'm asking Excel. I'm asking Excel to say this is the investment income and expense projected. Can I invest on this? So I'm going to analyze. I can't do it just yet, but I have a few steps to follow if you like. But give it some time and try it again to work. For you to learn Excel on this, there is a button at the bottom. You just close it, open again, and try the same thing. Here, if you're not sure what all can you get Excel to do, you can click on this prompt button. And it will tell you what all it can do. I can create formulas for you if you don't want to remember formulas, which is a pain in Excel. You want to say, I want to find out the last column in every month and then add it. You type it, it will give you the formula, create it for you automatically. You can do all that. Right now, we'll go back and apply the same prompt. Hopefully, this time you should get the answer, otherwise, you will have to believe it.
If you create the add the line, add the total in the last.
It will do that.
If you put already prepared Excel with the formulas, can we check whether it is right or not?
Yes. You can say, go to this and check. Okay, it's told me I can't analyze, but it's actually telling you what all you have to look into it. This actually works. For some reason, it's not working now, but it's telling you what all you have to look parameters and giving you C# generator, C# development. So it's asking you so much focus on it before you are investing. You can do anomaly detection very well. That's one of the best things you can actually do. Can you find some anomaly on this data? It's going to take, it's not a data table. Hopefully, let's see what happens. Yeah, it's analyzing and it's going to tell me what are the anomalies. I think the Excel thing is broken, but it will actually do it and say there are outlier data that you have got some salaries wrong. You mean that's the result that you should be getting. Okay, we move on to PowerPoint and then wrap up with my last demo. There was a question about how do I generate PowerPoints from this. That's what I'm going to do. You've got this business proposal. You want to generate a PowerPoint. Okay, I'm starting the brand. You go to Copilot. And then the same thing I do, can you generate a colorful presentation from, I've got a schedule of a wedding happening in Dubai, which I've written in Word document as an example.
Can this be done in ChatGPT also?
No. Microsoft has to sell Copilot and all that, right? So here is a 4-day Islamic wedding in Dubai. I just generated, again, you will see generated by ChatGPT or Microsoft Copilot in this case. It's a wedding, but I want a PowerPoint to be generated out of this. It will be interesting because every time I run this demo, the result I get is very different. So it's not going to generate an entire PowerPoint for you.
Can we re-beautify our existing PowerPoint with this? Possible?
It is possible, but that you use the designer of button here. You have a slide, you can click designer and it will do beautify the existing. Okay. Some of this thing is broken today. Let me just try it once more from there. If not, I'll just go to the last one.
அப்போ இதுவும் வாங்கணும் அதுவும் வாங்கணும்
something is broken.
இதுல கூட presentation.
Secretary to அது போல இது ஸ்பெண்ட் பண்ணணும்.
It's very rare it gets broken. It's like, I'm just trying the same thing from the web. Same subscription. Generate a presentation from, let's see what happens. Let's see whether it is able to generate. Yes, it is generating the presentation for me. The integration from the desktop probably the YouTube is slow, so it will create hopefully a very interesting PowerPoint. Ajay, if you want to know, is it okay? See, generated the entire slide for me. It's also put the images and everything. Again, it's a starting point.
Yeah,
You
so
can think of a business
fine-tune.
proposal, give it to it, try it multiple times. Every time the images changes, every time the format changes, you might find one you like. Or you can waste an entire day and then blame Venkat for showing this demo.
I thought we put more on this.
Oh, okay. Okay, so the last demo, and then
It's also $20.
it's part of the same $20.
So even can throw finance model, financial model.
Excel can do, but it's limited. You have to try the exact prompt, it kind of works, but they are improving on it continuously.
Modeling.
Yes. I'm using this tool called Flink.ai. It's a Chinese product. Again, don't blame me. It gives you some free trial. It automatically generates videos for you. I'll tell you why you might want to do this. You have an old photograph of something in your factory, bakery. 100 years back, your grandfather has started a restaurant. His photograph is there. You want to take that legacy and do a reel out of it. You can't go and photograph him and videograph him and all that. You have to photograph. Can you ask it to generate a video out of it? It's the idea. I'll show you just 2 demos. It's a very, you have to pay for this product. I've just done the trial version, which means it can only do for 5 minutes. Can we quickly turn off that light so you can see the video? So this is my grandfather taken in 1940, etc. This is a photograph of my grandfather who started Focus 100 years back. He has a leather folder in his hand, standing in front of our office. Raghunath seen in detail. So this photograph I got, I want to do something interesting, only 5 seconds. So I asked him to say, can you make him look at that leather folder? That's the prompt I gave. This is the video that is generated. Oh my God. I played once more. Okay, it's a Chinese product, but otherwise, this feature is coming to ChatGPT in the next few months, it's expected. But currently it's Kling.ai. I'll send these links in the group later. This is about $30 based on usage, etc. So this is a favorite photograph of me. I show the video that got generated. This is when we first, I did the NDTV project in 1999. There's a photograph of me and my developer sitting next to each other. We were just finishing that NDTV project that was going to go live in 99 and we were having a celebrating moment. I just have the photograph. I wanted to recreate it. So see this video from the photograph, still photograph that is generated standing up and clapping. That's the comment I gave, that's the prompt I gave. Okay, let me also, final thing, let me close with this. Different variation of the same thing. It's all in prompt engineering. Earlier I tried a different prompt. You might want to look at what I got. This is the prompt I gave is, we both of us are standing up and clapping and shouting in excitement. Shouting in meant opening our mouth and showing all our teeth. This is 5 seconds, but if you're paying it, you'll be able to generate it much better. Okay, so thank you all. I think I covered everything. Anything else we can? Okay, I want to people go and give the book to, or anybody who volunteer, I'll give it to you. Thanks. One more.